Happy Monday, Sarah. Hello.
Anna, good morning. And thank you so much for raising your enthusiasm, because I know Mondays is not really your bag.
They're not my friend. And also, happy Monday to my little 8-month-old baby Emmett, who's sitting on my lap, playing with the microphone and probably making it very annoying for everyone to listen to.
Hello, baby.
Hi.
So last week we did a little Monday motivator.
Yes, you introduced a great habit, which was just a few little ideas of ours to improve our week with little tips, things that we were going to try. Yours was wearing lippy, mine was dusting off the old vitamins and start taking them.
But just going to say something else, dusting off the old Vi, and there was a space in your... Wow, I might have missed that conversation. Bring it back.
Just
some, they say if you can implement little habits, daily rituals into your day, I think it takes 30 times and it becomes an actual, not just a habit, it becomes a part of your routine. Mm-hmm. So if we could inspire some goodness into your week and help make your Monday that little less mundane, it's like a little dose of caffeine into your Monday morning, then my job here is done.
Yeah, so we thought maybe like every month we could pepper in a couple of Monday habit thingies.
Yeah, Monday motivators.
Motivators.
Caffeine's still kicking in, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't think it will ever truly kick in again.
But we had some great feedback last week. One of your Monday motivators was to dust off the old vitamins.
Yes.
How did that go?
I actually did it. I actually followed through and did my vites.
Good.
Every
Don't you
morning.
feel good?
I do. It's amazing. I don't know whether it's a placebo effect, but just the act of swallowing them, I'm like, oh, I'm healthier, and I feel like my day is better for it.
Well, it's better than going out of date in your cupboard, which they do.
Yeah.
Awesome. And with that, you probably wash them down with a bit of extra H2O.
Yeah, exactly. Which brings us to this Monday motivator. And on a side note, you did well with yours, didn't you?
I did. I smacked on a bit of lippy, just doing a bit of housework. Caught a glimpse of myself as I walked across the mirror and gave myself a wink.
Just pursed your little smackers at yourself?
Yeah, putting on some lipstick. And we had a couple of meetings last week and I turned the colour factor right up and woof, felt
she
good.
went. Yeah, it was good.
All right. So today I thought we might just throw in some motivations that can help our beautiful listener into their Monday.
Let's do it. Hang on, let me put this little wild child down. And through the magic of technology, he is now gone. Sarah, what's your Monday motivator for this week?
Okay, don't think I'm a slob, but I've gotten a bit lazy lately and I've been forgetting to make my bed first thing in the morning.
Okay.
And I've just gotten back into the old making my bed. Is there anything better on a nice winter night than climbing into a nicely made bed? No, I think not.
No, I agree.
So I've been making my bed first thing in the morning. And it's just one of those little habits that make me feel like I've ticked a box on my to-do list bright and early and I can take on the world.
Do you have flannelette sheets?
No.
Neither do I, and I really want some because when I was a kid in winter, I loved flannelette sheets. And I feel like it's a real cold winter this year for us in Queensland. Everyone else in the country is laughing at us harshly with that comment. But in Queensland, it is actually legitimately cold at the moment. I kind of just want flanny sheets to you get into a nice, warm flannelette bed.
It is a beautiful feeling. And it's very nannerish, but in a cozy way.
Yeah.
I've bought some bamboo sheets and they are the best thing in the world. But I'm also becoming a little bit more less is more minimalist. I just have 2 sets of sheets for each bed. So when I strip the bed on sheet wash day, I throw the new ones on. So cluttering up my cupboard could drive me back into
that's true.
Mess town.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Sorry to burst your bubble on the flanny.
All right, so you're going to make your bed.
Yeah.
That's good.
Like I don't not make my bed, but just make a conscious effort to, shove a V into the top of a pillow and, walk away, go, yeah.
Make it something you want to dive into at the end of the day.
Yeah, and that also helps me then pick up a few bits of stray undies on the floor and to put them into the wash bay,
Yeah, because once you're in the mood of like tidying up.
Once the bed looks good.
Yeah, then you want to tidy, you want everything else to match,
You can't have the floor shit, yeah. No. Yeah, so that's a good little daily ritual I'm getting into.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I'm going to hop back onto that water thing that you just brought up because
Mm-hmm.
I am a severely...
Dehydrated bunny.
Yes, I'm perpetually long-term dehydrated.
Yeah.
And so I'm just going to try and have an extra... whenever I've committed in the past to like, right, I'm going to do my 8 glasses of water, I'm setting myself up for failure.
Okay.
So if I can add just 1 more glass of water to my day...
So when you say 8 glasses, that to me doesn't sound like a lot because I guzzle water like there's no one's. It's going out of fashion. You know, what would be a normal daily dosage of water for you when you're not necessarily watching your water?
I try and have a glass of water in the morning with my vitamins. So that's 1 glass. Then I will have probably a third to a half a glass with lunch. And then maybe half a glass with dinner.
Okay.
That's it.
Wow.
So 2 glasses.
And that's with a bit of caffeine. Or
And a coffee.
wine.
And a coffee.
If that's like...
So that's not
Sucks it
not
out.
surplus. So like if I've been getting into I've been getting a lot of passion fruits from my mum's passion fruit vine, and she has a surplus of passion fruit, so I'm turning it into
I
like
love passion fruit.
yeah. So I add it with like this sugar that acts as a preservative, just passion fruit and sugar in equal parts, and then I put a little bit of that on some ice and then top it up with soda water. So that's like my afternoon pep up. So I guess that soda water would count. And if I have a glass of wine, which I might do like maybe two or 3 nights a week, I might have a glass of wine with dinner or a drink. Like, so I guess that would be fluids. But I think the coffee and the alcohol and the sugar often, they say, counteracts the water intake.
That was my question, because they say that it basically need to up it.
Yeah. Well, so then that would be my
We need
other...
to get some H2O into your veins, babe.
Yeah. I'm telling you.
Are
But
you
I'm just
feeling it? Like, are you
No,
starting to
I'm just so
feel a
used
bit
to...
like you need the sandpaper, or...
No, I'm just really, really used to not having a lot of fluid in my body.
Where does that come from?
From my nursing, I used to go 8 to 10, 12, sometimes 12 hours. Well, not 12 hours probably. I would have had a break. But you often would do long, hard cases where you can't drink. And then when you are in between, when they're short cases, it's so time poor in between the operations that you're just trying to get from like one to the next, and you don't have time to stop and have a drink of water.
Yeah,
so
and then you wouldn't have time to go to the bathroom either.
Exactly. And so, yeah, when you're scrubbed up in an operation, you can't like drop tools and be like, hey guys, I just need you to stop for a minute so I can go to the toilet. That doesn't happen. So you have to like hold on.
Yeah, it's funny, hey, because our kids actually have drink bottles sitting on their desks, and they have water breaks, and so different. And they say that actually helps your brain to retain information, and it, you know, there's so many positives. I guzzle water. I have a bottle of water that I probably refill 4 to 5 times a day, and that's like a 1.5 litre.
Wow.
Yeah. So I do actually feel the effect when I don't drink water. My skin gets dry, a bit parched, you know.
I can definitely see the effects. It's just not something that's, if there's not a glass of water in front of me saying, please drink me, I'm not going to have, I don't feel thirsty, so I just won't drink water.
Yeah. Okay. You're like a desert lizard.
Yeah, like a pack horse.
Yeah, like a real life camel. All right, great. Well, you're going to increase your water. I don't think that's a bad thing. It's winter. Our skin goes to crap. Aircon.
Yep.
Yuck. I think that's a great thing for everybody to take on. Are you going to put it on your app, or just ignore those, don't you, when it
I
beeps
do
at you?
after 2 or 3 notifications. If I miss the first one, if I just put it on, if I put it on silent or be like, I'll get to that in a minute, that's it. All of the systems I've set up are doomed to fail, because once I like reject it the first time, that gives me permission to reject all
right,
of
well,
them.
just know that I'm going to check in with you next Monday Motivator. So keep on drinking your water.
I have the incentive.
I need the update.
Yeah, to not let you down.
Yeah. Now, you know, I get up early, and that leads me into my number 2 for the day. I get up early, but lately I've been like not hitting snooze, but just going, it's cold, I'm going to close my eyes and, you know, not necessarily go back to sleep, but just not get active for the day.
Yeah.
And I've noticed a difference. I actually crave that time of the morning as me time. You know, I love my children, but that first cup of coffee tastes so much better. when there's no one else up.
Yeah.
I love watching the sunrise. The best part of the day, you know, we actually have hot air balloons that go past our house. And when I'm up, I hear the big as they go over, and that gives me a little bit of a spring in my step. And there's nothing worse than, I think I've mentioned it to you before, waking up with your eyeball looking at you. You know, get up, mum. That's yuck. That just puts me on the wrong foot. So not only getting up, but getting up and being productive.
Yes.
So whether it's shoot out some response emails, grab the old Dyson out of the cupboard and whirl her around, that makes me feel good. So I'm going to get up a little bit earlier and just make sure that before the kids, and make that time productive.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Even if it's just listen to a podcast, read a book, I thoroughly recommend that time of the morning. You just feel like, yes, when you hit the ground running. Rather than feeling like you're catching up.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, what's your second Monday motivator?
Okay, my second one is going to be it's very relevant coming into winter. I'm going to watch my portion sizes, and I don't mean that in that I want to restrict my calories. I want to make sure that at least half of, so I'm going to have a plate. I'm going to choose the same plate that I'm going to use for all of my meals, so that it's not too big or too small. So I know it's the right amount of food for a meal. And on it, I'm going to make sure that at least half of the plate is vegetables.
Okay.
Because you know how you can, like they
say...
I
do that. You eat a lot of pasta and stuff, don't you?
Yes. We're very carb heavy and protein heavy in our house.
Yep.
And so I'm going to make sure that at least half of my plate is, I'm going to have a quarter for, what do they say?
Protein?
A quarter for protein, a quarter for carbs.
Good carbs.
Good carbs, healthy carbs, which that's good because we eat a lot like brown rice and brown pasta and stuff. But
and then a lot of greens.
So I usually will have like a small side of greens, if any.
I'll have a piece of asparagus.
I'm just going to like load up half my plate with vegetables.
Oh, good. Yeah. So I used to go to this amazing naturopath, and he kind of changed my way of eating back then when I was healthy, and I probably should adapt that again now. But it was breakfast like a king.
That's right.
Lunch like a prince, dinner like a pauper. So you don't need a big meal when you're going to bed. And obviously he was all about, high protein as well. But I know with my mum and dad, who, oh my God, they're amazing. They'll drop dinners off to me when I have busy weeks, or call in for dinner, which we did last night on the way home from a busy day. They have huge dinners, huge meals. And that's just something they've always done, where they'll have a light lunch. And I can't get through it. But yeah, I think she's got her veggie ratio down pat. All right. So what do you want to so you want to increase the veggies? Do you have good fats, like some avocados and...
Yeah. The food that we do is good. It's just that the proportions are out. So I'm just going to focus on my plate, making sure that at least half of it is vegetables, whether that be salad or broccoli or whatever. But I'll just make sure that it's at least half the plate.
And you're that friend of mine that I love to hate, because you grew up spent a lot of time in America, in the States, where we all know what the portion sizes are like. But also everything has to have a sauce and an accompaniment. And you're
condiments.
That skinny friend that never gets fat, that just eats like a 4-year-old at a birthday party. And I love you for it. But it's nice you're making healthy choices, because it's obviously not a reflection on what it does to your body. It's just a healthy choice now, because you can eat all the condiments, add all the cheese, eat all the carbs, and still bounce back.
And I think it's especially relevant. Like, it's easier in summer. It's easy to throw down a salad. That's what everyone wants for their meal, something cool and light. But in winter, we all want to rug up, get the carbs on, get the cream on, get the cheese on. Yeah.
All right, great. Well, that's our Monday motivator. Take it and do with it what you will. Hopefully you're like us and you're starting to implement some great daily changes. So today it was make your bed. I mean, I'm not saying that you're a filthy slob, but if you don't already, just make it look that little bit
Make
neater.
your bed, drink some water, wake up a bit earlier and get some shit done.
Yeah.
Or, throw a little bit more greens on your plate.
I mean, simple, easy, done.
See you next week.
See you next week.